They say leadership comes from the top, and President Trump is setting the tone for his cabinet, it seems, when it comes to ethics. President Trump refuses to release his tax returns, hiding his financial interests. His administration will not release White House visitors' logs, hiding who may have the president's ear. He frequently visits properties that he owns, raising the profile of his private enterprise on the taxpayer's dime. And so with the leadership example set, we also see now, from expensive travel to financial disclosures, various members of the Trump cabinet also facing questions over their ethics decisions. Today, the woman who was the top career employee at HUD, the Department of Housing and Urban Development, is flagging a new concern. In an exclusive CNN interview, Helen Foster says she was demoted in part for refusing to break the law and go over budget to redecorate Secretary Ben Carson's office. She filed a whistleblower complaint claiming more than a month before Carson took office, she says she was told to, quote, find money beyond the $5,000 redecorating limit, and that $5,000 she was told wouldn't even buy a decent chair. CNN's Renee Marsh talked to Foster, joins me now. Renee, who was urging her to, in her words, break the law?
She says her superiors were, and she says that she was pressured on several occasions to essentially find the money, as she says in this complaint. We're talking about this money, that there is essentially a cap for how much money can be used for redecorating expenses. She says that the pressure came before Carson was confirmed, when career staff handpicked by the president's transition team were serving in leadership roles, and those individuals had been in touch with the transition team. The allegation is that Candy Carson, Ben Carson's wife, wanted to redecorate the secretary's new office, and it had fallen on to career employee Helen Foster to make it happen. She spoke exclusively with CNN just a short time ago.
There was, back and forth over a couple of weeks, culminating in a one-on-one meeting with my boss, who was the acting secretary at the time. He told me again that $5,000 wasn't enough, and said specifically $5,000 is not enough to buy a decent chair, and that we needed to find more money for the project. And at that point I said, I can't do that because that is illegal. My sense is that it was coming from Mrs. Carson's desire to, have the ability to redecorate the suite, and the feeling among the political appointee staff, the chief of staff in particular, that the furniture in the suite, this furniture that we had, was not adequate. It was not grand enough. Suddenly, I'm removed from that position and put into a position that didn't exist before, and given nothing to do.
All right, well, CNN reached out to Candy Carson for comment. We did not receive a response. HUD denies the allegations. A spokesman with the agency telling CNN that they spent less than $5,000, which is the legal limit. They provided receipts showing that they only spent about $3,200 on blinds. When asked why Foster was demoted, HUD told CNN it's not unusual for employees to be rotated out of their positions, but Foster, she disputes that, pointing out that she'd only been in the position for about 7 months, so rotating her out seemed odd. Foster says that she was being, again, pressured to do all of this when she didn't budge. That's when she saw the retaliation. Again, the Office of the Special Counsel now has this case, and she tells me that they just interviewed her last week.
Remember when they kept chanting, drain the swamp? Drain the swamp. Renee Marsh, thank you so much.